Welcome to the Resilient AF podcast. I'm Alex Fresh.
And I'm Emelia Jackson. We believe that everything is energy and vibrates at a certain frequency.
And our mission is to help raise the Earth's vibration through stories of resilience, manifestation, and what you can do when you realize even resilience has a toll.
Cause a bitch is tired, honey.
What up, what up?
Hey.
Hi.
Good morning. Welcome to the podcast. Thanks for being here.
Yes.
Long time no see.
We're going to start it off being alcoholics.
Yes.
Oh, I love that for me.
We're going to have Bennett make a drink this week.
Yes, because we all chose drinks on online, and we chose ones that we thought were cool. It turned out to be a Thanksgiving cocktail.
Yeah, it was definitely giving fall, which I love.
I'm going to call it the fall.
The Bennettini.
The fall.
The fall.
The fall of Bennett.
The fall.
Let's not call it that, because that's like the fall of Bennett. We don't like that.
No, that's bad.
No, that's not good.
That's
So inside this margarita is tequila, of course, which you guys don't like tequila.
I fucking hate tequila. I'm allergic to it.
Oh,
And
gosh.
I just don't like it.
I'm not actually allergic to it. I just say that so I don't have to drink it.
Tequila is like my go-to, so like that's what I'm drinking every
That's
single
why.
time.
You
know
So
what?
I can't relate. I feel
like that says a lot about you as a person. Whoever drinks like vodka solely, and then the people that drink tequila
whiskey
or whiskey.
You know,
yes.
everyone has their own pocket.
Yes, and it tells a lot about a person.
It does.
Yeah, it really does.
Absolutely does.
Yeah.
So what does tequila say about me?
Fucking crazy.
Oh, tequila. One tequila, two tequila, three tequila floor.
Yes.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
fall margarita. This is it. So inside this margarita, we have tequila, orange liqueur, apple cider, pear juice, cinnamon sticks, and apple slices. Now it sounds delicious because I also threw some peach juice in there.
I can get down with this though.
Oh,
I like
peach
those flavors.
juice?
And those
Yes.
Peach juice.
Peach juice.
Peach juice.
tastes like ass to me.
Oh
it is
my
peach
gosh.
Oh Lord. Okay.
My peaches down
Okay,
in
here we go.
Georgia.
All right, we're gonna
All right,
cheers
let's
and then we're gonna
sip.
take a drink.
Did you guys mix it at least?
No, how are we gonna mix it, Bennett?
We
There's
don't
no
have
straw.
shakers or anything.
It's fine. You
Mix
know what?
it with your tongue.
We're a hot
It'll
mess
be fine.
express over here.
I
Just
know.
mix it with your
I
tongue.
don't have a tongue like you.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, nobody
Yeah,
does.
no. Your tongue is like actually so fucking perfect. I'm like, what the?
It's so long.
It bends in a way that I've never seen.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We didn't use any measurements.
Here we
this
go.
is guesstimate.
Here we go. Ready? Cheers.
Cheers.
Ooh, very tequila-y.
God damn.
I thought I only put one shot in there, but
No, honey, you didn't.
it's giving 2 or 3.
How many ounces is the shot to you,
It's
Bennett?
giving you measured with your heart. Yeah.
I love you guys.
Yeah, I love you.
It's not that bad though.
No.
I feel like it is definitely tequila, but you're getting all of those little
I can taste
flavors.
the pear mostly, so I'm glad I can't taste the ass juice or the tequila. So it's not that bad. It really isn't.
Well, thank you for bringing that this morning. Of
Yes,
making that
love
for us.
you.
And if you want to check it out and make it yourself, check out our Instagram.
We changed it.
Yes.
Yes, we did.
The new IG, it's Resilient AF3 because there's 3 of us.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that, guys.
Yes.
I feel so included.
You
I'm part of the
are.
family now.
Yes.
Resilient AF3.
Next week, Amelia's gonna make a drink. It's gonna be a mule. What kind of flavor is it? You don't remember? Okay.
Nope.
Well, you'll find out later then. So then, yeah. So next week is Amelia, and then the week after, I'm gonna make mine. Even though I think mine won online,
It did.
we'll save the best for last.
Okay.
And there's only up from here. No.
We're gonna now move on to our peak and our pit. All right, Bennett, you're up.
So my week was pretty calm. I didn't do much, but I did make it back to the gym, which was super important to me because I haven't been in the gym because, I just haven't been in the gym. So last week I was in the gym every single day. So that was definitely the peak.
I love that. What are you working on?
Everything.
Everything.
Full body.
Okay.
Yeah, full body.
You can't skip anything.
I go from arms to legs.
I wouldn't know. I never go to the gym, so I don't know. I thought people just went in to work on one specific thing. Nope, that's not
it's
how
like
it works.
one thing a day.
Okay.
It's like your back and shoulders one day and like your legs one day.
Because you don't want to be like one of those top heavy people that's like huge muscles
with
on
the
top, but tiny ass
Mm-hmm.
legs.
Where you can tell they skip it.
Yes.
Right.
I have an ex that looks like that.
Oh
so,
no.
Yeah.
Shade.
So I don't want to be one of those. So,
Okay, yeah.
we're rotating.
Yes.
And then my pit, I definitely experienced FOMO last week. I missed Beyonce. I wasn't able to get those tickets, because it was one of those things where you're like, oh, I'm going to buy those tickets. I'll buy it. I'll buy it. And like, I never bought it. And it was expensive for nosebleeds. So that also helped me like procrastinate.
Yes.
So
Yep.
Dang.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that she was actually even in town until like a few hours hours before her show. I also wouldn't have gone if I did know. There's that part. Also. All right.
Next time, maybe. Next time. What about you, Emelia?
My pit was the fact that I got my nipples pierced. No, I got one nipple pierced, and it was crooked as fuck, so I had to take it out.
Oh, no.
After what was it? Maybe an hour.
Wait, so why? What did you do? Why?
So I originally got the nipple piercing because we were on the cut video, and we were doing fear pong, and one of the dares was to get your nipple pierced, and if you did that, you got to take away 2 cups. So I was like, fuck yeah. I hate losing. I hate it. Yes. So I was like, let me do it. I got it because I can't feel shit in these things anyway because I breastfed for so long.
I don't give a fuck. You should feel it.
Oh, no, I couldn't feel shit. I couldn't. So it was fine. But then my girlfriend looked at it and she's like, bro, that thing is crooked as fuck. So I had to take it out.
Wait, so it wasn't a professional that pierced it?
He was.
That's what
he was. I think he was nervous with all the cameras around, so he was shaking. So I didn't want to be a bitch. So I just didn't say anything. And I was like, you know what, just do your thing. Whatever.
He needed to go take a walk or something.
He needed a drink of your tequila concoction.
Yes. Oh, he would have been straight.
He would have been fine. And so would my nipple.
Right.
It would have been
Poor
straight.
Guy.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's my pit. My peak this week is that I got to do the cut video. That was really fucking fun. And I met 2 new friends and I loved it. They were so cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I was having FOMO when you were there.
Were you?
Yeah, I was like, that looks fun.
No, it was so much fun. And the gay guys, I loved them. Loved them. And I've always wanted gay friends and I've never got to have any. So I
feel like all I have is gay friends.
Tell your friends to be my friends so we can all be friends.
And we can all be friends.
We can do this every weekend. Okay.
Exactly. Hell yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with my peak. I just have to preface this story and I'm just gonna try and long story long, at my last job at the radio station, someone commented on one of my pictures and says, hey, you look like Qveen Herby. And I didn't know who that was. So I clicked on her and I'm like, kind of, whatever. And I started following her and she's totally on my vibe. She's indie. She's an artist, insanely talented.
And insanely hot.
She is. Whoever knows me, really knows me, knows that I'm obsessed with her.
Yeah.
About a year and a half ago, we were working on a Raise the Vibe tour. I wanted her to perform at it. So I got in touch with her management, right? And I was so stoked. I was like, oh my God. Well, then her husband started following me and I'm like, oh my God, this is so happening. I'm manifesting this. I cannot wait. I just envisioned what it's going to be like. I'm like, she's going to be my best friend one day. And then there was this upcoming artist named Benson Boone who came into the studio that we were interviewing.
Oh, yeah.
And he has his management team with him. And we interviewed him afterwards. One of his managers came up to me and was like, I'm Jeff. I'm Herby's manager. I'm like, I'm speechless. He goes, I'm only Qveen and Benson Boone's manager.
Wow.
And I'm
that's crazy.
I couldn't even, you guys, focus that day after that. I was just in a different freaking land because of the synchronicity of the situation. Mm-hmm. That is the craziest one of my craziest manifestation stories that I have personally is this, manifesting Qveen. So the whole point of this is she just dropped a new album. She has a bunch and they're always fire. I'm like, how do you do it every time? So she's on tour right now for the first time. She has 6 shows. They sold out. I really want to go so bad, but I can't. They're sold out. So what do? I hit her husband up on Instagram and I'm like, hey, is Qveen going to add any shows to her tour because I'm having serious FOMO? I don't give a fuck where it's at. I'll go. He responds the next day and says, haha, we might add a 3rd show in New York. I wake up the next day to a 3rd show on that Sunday.
I love that.
Did you get the tickets?
Yes.
Yes.
You guys, I have been manifesting this and literally I just hit him up and the next day he was like, we might be.
And then he did it for you.
I mean, I would love to think that too, but I think that me just saying that to him kind of pushed the edge over for them to be like, yeah, let's add a 3rd show.
No, for real.
Everyone should thank you.
Seriously.
But I feel like I know Qveen, but she doesn't know me. And let me tell
She'll get to know you.
I'm like a numerologist and numbers are everything to me. And they decode life. And my number for my entire life is 357. But guess what? Me and Qveen are 357 days apart.
Oh, see, it was meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
So she doesn't know you now, but she might know you after this.
No, she's going to be my best friend one day. She doesn't know it yet, but I've been manifesting our friendship for years. And watch. So I'm going to freaking see Qveen Herby live. That's so my peak. Cool. My pit is, this is hilarious. Last weekend on Saturday, I go out and meet one of my friends at Fogo on Capitol Hill. And when I get there, she's sitting at the bar and there's this guy next to her and they're chatting. And then I sit down next to her on her right. I don't know, some time passes. A friend comes and meets him and he sits down and he's cute as could be. And I was like, oh, who are you? I'm sorry, I'm knocking my mic over. And he was like, I'm Marco. And I'm like, fucking Polo. He had a really weird look on his face, and I instantly thought that he was gay. I'm like, oh, well, because when I said it, I'm like, not that I think that, like, why would he not want me? But
I would automatically think that. It must be gay if he didn't want you.
Yeah. I love you. But it was the look on his face that gave it up. Like, I'm like, I immediately thought he's gay. So we leave. They leave at the same time. We're like walking out, and I'm really awkward at, you know, talking. Super. It's like, I will not make the first move. And guys don't make the first move. So I'm like, I'm SOL a lot. You know, maybe in like 10 years I'll have some balls. Do they not? They don't. Maybe they're intimidated. I don't know. But we go outside and they're out there. And then I don't know if he's gay or not, though, right? I just had that thought. And then... Is your gaydar not good? I don't think so, because I feel like anybody who looks metro or gay can be straight. You just never know.
You never know.
That's like, true. I don't assume.
But if you know, you know.
You know. You do.
So I didn't assume he was gay. And I mean, he was metro. So, I mean, there's a lot of metro guys that are fucking hot. And they could be gay or they could be not.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So my friend was like trying to like get us to talk and like exchange numbers. Okay. Because I don't know if he's gay or not. And at this point, I don't think he is. Because like he's awkward about it too. And I'm awkward about it. And I'm like, okay, we're both just like the same way. And I'm like, I don't know. How does this work? Like, is this how this works? Friend goes, dude, tell him. At that point, when his friend was saying that, it wasn't like he was gay. It was like something else. And his friend was like, dude, tell him. And I was like, look at him like, what? Tell us what? Like, and he goes, I wouldn't be interested in either of you because I'm gay. Oh. I was like, I knew it. Bye. Bye. Boy, bye.
Well, listen, I feel it, because here's the thing. When I'm out and like a girl hits on me, I don't want, like, I'll still flirt because I like to flirt and I like to talk to people, but it will get up to a point if I see that it's going a little too far, like you're being a little and forward, then I'll like,
Bennett,
hey, well, my husband's over there, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
Bennett.
Then they'll have two responses or a few responses. They'll either be like, oh, I don't care, I'll fuck you guys both.
Oh, well, okay,
which
honey.
I've gotten that plenty of times.
They don't want that, sorry.
Other times they're like, oh, we could be best friends. And then other times we get the Alex reaction where they're like, bye-bye, we don't want to talk to you at all. And then I'm like, damn, so should I not be nice?
He got my at though.
When you first talk to me, should I just like...
Seriously,
no, but you need to be upfront and be like, hey, I'm gay. If you're hitting on me, I'm gay.
Or just say, I don't like coochie.
But that's so not fun. Like, let's be flirt.
No, because like I think that I'm about to like start forming this freaking bond with this hot ass guy.
She's like planning in her head, I'm gonna get married to you, and
like he's like, everything. Damn.
And I'm just like, oh, this is a great conversation.
It must be hard to be so pretty and gay, though.
So the pit was
first
that he
world
was
problems.
Gay. All right. Well, now it's the time of Amelia's resilient story.
Yes.
So every week we're gonna have someone speak to us about their story of resilience. This week is Emelia, next week is Bennett, and then after that we're gonna be having guests on.
I'm so excited for guests.
Oh, yes. I cannot wait. And if you want to be a guest on our podcast and you want to talk to us about your resilient story, hit us up on Instagram at resilientaf3 or email us at resilientaf3@gmail.com.
Yes. Okay. So to me, resilience means picking yourself back up from whatever shitty situation that you were left in and coming back from that in a way that's the same, if not better, preferably better. I've had many times that I've been resilient in my life. I think the most recent one, probably the one that I'll talk about. Basically, in my childhood, I didn't really have any issues. I had a great childhood. Growing up, I act like I have daddy issues when I don't, and I should not have daddy issues at all. Have a great childhood, whatever. My teenage years was rough. That was just due to me being rebellious and crazy. Yeah, and just being an asshole teenager. I got pregnant at 17 and I was madly in love with that person. I was planning on getting married to that person and we had a baby, and then things just didn't work out. And so after that, that's when like my decline started hitting. I started making really poor choices. I was drinking a lot. I was partying a lot. I just wasn't being the best person that I could have been or should have been, especially when I had a child at that time. So I started dancing, which I think sex work is amazing. That is not my downfall. But when you're a dancer, you're either meant for that life or you're not meant for that life. I was not meant for that life.
Okay.
Because you just take on a lot of energy, all of that stuff. I was taking on a lot. The type of clientele that I was getting was definitely like scum of the earth type of clientele. It was men that liked underage girls, but could not do that type of thing. Probably just didn't want to go to jail. So they would come to me because I looked very young. I had no tattoos. I have a baby face. I still do. So like they loved me. So I would get those type of people. I try and explain it. Like I would go home and I would not be able to take a shower hot enough to wash off everything that I have heard, seen. It was not good for me. So when I was doing that, again, I was drinking. It was just a low point. And I ended up meeting someone at 19 who he definitely took advantage of the fact that I was, having a low point in my life. When I first met him, when the universe gives you signs as to you should not be doing this type of thing, there was so many fucking signs to not fuck with this person. The first sign should have been that he looked like a thumb from Spy Kids.
Stop it.
Dead ass. Because he was on steroids, like fully on steroids.
Oh my God, is that who you were talking about earlier?
Yes.
The top heavy guy.
Yes, very top heavy. Very leg deficient, I guess you could say.
Chicken legs.
Yes, chicken legs. Anyway, so there was so many signs. We met on POF, which for those of you that don't know is basically the ghetto version of Match.com.
Plenty of Fish?
Yes, Plenty of Fish, yep. And he did not message me, but I saw he had looked at my profile and I was like, oh, you're not going to talk to me? Well, I want you more then. So I'm going to talk to you. And then we planned on meeting that night, okay? I was dancing and I was, getting ready to go and head there. My phone dies on the way there and I didn't know how to get there. So that should have been my first sign. Your phone dies. You don't know how to get there. You should turn around and go. Once I finally get there, I meet him at a gas station. And this man had told me that he was 5'11", okay? He gets to my car and he's about as tiny as the car window, underneath the car window. So I had said, I was like, you said you were 5'11". He's like,
you call him out.
No, I did. I was like, you said you were 5'11". And he's like, no, I am. I was like, bro, no, you're not. Like, you're literally as tall as me. That was the third sign at that point. Then he's like, why don't you just follow me to my house? He said he owned a house, whatever. So I follow him to his house. He's hitting every yellow light. I hit every fucking red light. That right there was the universe saying, stop, turn around. I did not. Anyways, we start doing our thing. And then it just turns into one night stand that just kept blasting on, which should have been a one night stand or a never stand.
Well, everything happens for a reason.
It does. So we get there and it's not a house. He lied about that as well. He lied about his height. It was just bad.
It's fine. It's fine. We all have those times in life where we just, red flags and we just, rose-colored glasses.
Oh, yeah, right. For sure. We had been dating for about a week at this point and things started to get domestically violent.
After a week?
After a week, yeah.
Yikes.
1 week. And the reason why it started was because something told me to go through his phone because he had told me he wanted me to delete all of my dating apps, all of my social medias, whatever. And I listened and something told me go through his phone. So I did while he was sleeping. And then I found some not so great things, like dirty things, nasty. So when he went to work, I texted him and I packed up all my stuff and I was like, hey, I'm leaving. Like, I don't think we should be together. It took him 10 minutes to get back to his house, his apartment. And he busts through the doors and my heart sank. Like I was terrified. I wasn't finished packing. I couldn't leave yet. And he busts through the doors. I run into the bathroom and I lock myself in there. He's banging on the door and he starts punching a hole through the door to get me out of the bathroom.
That's scary.
He climbs through the hole that he punched and he grabs me and he starts dragging me out of the bathroom, screaming that he loves me, that this was just a mistake, that I didn't actually see what I thought I saw.
Gaslighting.
Yes, gaslighting for sure. So of course, my young and dumb self, I'm like, okay, and just scared. I had never been in a domestically violent relationship before. So this was all new to me and scary. So I was like, all right, we can work on it. He said he was never going to do this again. He loved me so much. That's why he got so passionate. Moving on to months and months, domestic violence kept happening. And it wasn't just physical violence. It was a lot of...
sexual, emotional?
Yeah, it was a lot of...
Intellectual?
Yeah.
Yes. Sexual.
All of it.
Yeah, it just wasn't physical. And honestly, I tell people now that I'm better about things, I tell people I would honestly have rather it just been physical. Because when you do the mental and the emotional and the psychological and the financial abuse, that's harder to come back from.
Yeah,
a bruise goes away.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff, it leaves you rock bottom. It really does. And a lot of people don't recognize that domestic violence. They see a bruise and they're like, oh, they see that. They understand that. A lot of people don't get that emotional and all of that other stuff is just as hurtful, if not more hurtful.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's a lot more that, happened. There's a lot that had gone on and it was progressively getting worse. The longer that we dated, the more hands would be put on, the more I would get isolated. I had no friends. I literally had maybe like 1 or 2 friends that stood by me that whole entire time.
How long did this go on for, and why did you stay?
Honestly, I stayed because he would make me feel like I was really ugly about just like myself. So I didn't think anybody wanted me, honestly. And I was so isolated at that point that I wouldn't even have had the chance to like...
It's the brainwashing of the personality disorder that makes the person stay. They seek out people who are empaths.
Oh, for sure.
Who have codependency.
Yeah. No, for sure. And again, I was at a really low point. Like I was the perfect person for him to target at that time. So I can't tell you why I stayed, but I like to tell people that I was basically brainwashed. I really was.
It was. That's why.
It was really hard.
It happens time and time again. It's what they do.
Yeah.
It's how they do it.
And, you know, every time I would try and leave, I would think nobody's going to want me. Who's going to want someone that's a single mom? He told me my hair was too nappy. He told me that my ass was flat. He would tell me that I was fat. He would tell me I was ugly. He would tell me all of these things. Like, who would want someone like that, you know?
Same song, different dance. Everybody has the same story about what they felt like when they were in a situation like that.
Yeah. I think part of it too was, again, he had that sex addiction. So like me seeing all of these women that he would fawn over and he would pay to have sex with and he would, you know, cheat on me with, I would see those girls and I'd be like, I don't look anything like these beautiful women, like beautiful, gorgeous girls. And so I did not think that I was like worthy enough to even be out of this relationship.
You don't feel worthy. It's exactly true.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's super hard to leave people in that situation. So
And-
I commend you for leaving because you are resilient.
And you also think like maybe this is going to get better. This is this time. Next time it happens, we're going to do this differently.
And I kept telling myself, I literally kept telling myself, next time, if he does it again, I'm going to leave.
So what was the final straw?
He let me, and I want people to understand, he let me go to beauty school, okay? And I went to beauty school and I started seeing like quote unquote normal relationships. And I was like, oh, you're not supposed to get choked if you don't ask for it. Like, you're not supposed to get punched in the face. You're not supposed to get cheated on all the time. Like, that's so crazy. And I saw this and I was shown a world that was just completely new to me.
Like eye-opening.
It really was. It was completely eye-opening to me. And one day, I was about 6 months into beauty school at this point, and this little stud walks in and starts hitting on me. And again, I thought I was fucking hideous. Like, I really did. I thought I was disgusting. So having someone hit on me, I was like, whoa, what the hell? I met this person and we became friends, and I started kind of confiding in her what I was going through at home, talking to her and her telling me like, you need to leave. Like, this isn't normal. I kind of started getting a little bit more of courage to leave. The final straw was that he had choked me in front of our child, and my child crawled up onto me and started wiping my tears and saying, it's okay, mama. It's okay. And that right there, I was like, fuck that. I didn't grow up in front of that. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't think that's okay. Nobody deserves that. And so my friend at the time, her words just kept ringing in my head. You don't deserve this. You need to leave. And so what did I do? I called her up and I was like, I'm ready to leave. She was like, cool. I've been waiting for you. Come on, let's go. Yeah, I fucking left. And honestly, the one thing that I can say though too is everyone's like, oh, I bet it was so much better. No, it got fucking worse after you leave. After you leave someone
It does.
that is narcissistic and abusive, it honestly kind of gets worse before it gets better. It's like a bruise. It really is. So that was tough. But you know what? I'm resilient, and you know, I was left with nothing. Everything was broken when I left. Everything was taken from me because that was part of the abuse.
Well, I'm super proud of you because you are such a boss, and I just commend you for leaving, because there are a lot of women who are too much in fear to leave. So you telling your story is going to help. I don't even care if it's one. It's going to help somebody leave, because they're going to see you and how you're thriving now. And like, you were at a point you never thought that you were worthy of anything.
Yeah.
You know, first it was realizing that your normal wasn't the normal. It's not how you should be treated. So you realize that. And then two, just like Alex said last week when she told her resilient story, it was really the people around you that you were able to confide in to help you get out of those situations.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I remember like I stayed in relationships that I knew I shouldn't have been within the first 3 months. Once somebody called me a cunt. Yeah. And I knew that was not okay.
Yeah.
And I stayed.
Yeah, because it's hard. It's so hard.
And like, I'm good with being by myself too. It's like, why do we stay with someone who treats us like shit? Like, what do you want to be hanging out with someone who like likes you?
Yeah.
Right.
You would
Mostly
think.
like 99% of the time.
But I think that comes with being an empath though, is I always am like, you know what? Maybe they were hurt. I can fix that. I can be the good
fix
person.
that. I can make you like me. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to make anybody like me, and I don't want to fix nothing. So
For For real. I'm like that now. Yeah. I'm way better now.
No, and it's that point you said at the beginning. And not only, move on from a situation, be the same, but to be better. And being better is like knowing the difference, knowing what's acceptable, what's unacceptable.
Yes.
Look at you being better. I know that's right.
I'm a bad little bitch.
Hey.
Thank you for sharing your story. And if you want to share your story too, like I said, hit us up on Instagram at ResilientAF3 or email us at resilientaf3@gmail.com. Okay, so conspiracy corner, conspiracy case, conspiracy. I don't even fucking know, to be honest.
Conspiracy and chill.
You guys really kind of
and chill. I love that.
Took over that whole thing about the name thing, and I thank you for that because
it's helpful.
So many good names.
There was a lot. I'm still sharing them on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot.
So what are we going to call it then? Something new every week?
Yeah. Let's just do that.
Yeah, because I think that's funny, and like I want to use everybody's ideas. So every week I'm going to call it something new.
Okay.
This week it's going to be conspiracy and chill.
Hey.
With a blunt. Hey.
I wish.
There's like a bunch of movies that have asteroids hitting the earth and like, killing a lot of people on September 23rd, or it was released on September 23rd, or it has something to do with September 23rd somewhere like in a bad moment in the movie, and it's movie after movie after movie after movie. And September 23rd is coming up around the corner, right? And I saw this conspiracy the world is going to end on September 23rd. And I'm like, okay, great, because I'm a worrywart and I'm going to be out of town.
Oh, is that the weekend of Kirby?
No, that's actually the weekend of Scottsdale, and I have children and I worry. I'm like, great, of course I saw this stupid conspiracy that I have to believe. But you know what? So many things have been said about a certain date in the future, in the past, that have not come true. I'm like,
there's always these doomsday prophecies.
They say 2012?
Yeah,
2012. There was like the new millennium, so like in 2000. And then on like June 6, 2006, 666, people were like, oh my God, it's the day of the rapture. So they say that like something bad's going to happen at the end of this week, this Saturday.
I don't necessarily think it's going to happen on the 23rd of this month this year, but I feel like everything is coded and they throw it in our face. And I'm like, well, what is it about September 23rd? Because it is so significant in the film industry for bad things to happen in movies.
Natural disaster movies and like end of the world films, zombies.
I can name some.
Wait, so what's the conspiracy?
That an asteroid is going to hit the Earth
on September 23rd.
And who knows? I don't even think it's going to happen this year, but because I'm a warrior, like I'm going to be out of town that weekend, and I'm out of town like not that often, but I'm like, of course I have to be out of town that weekend.
Of course the world's going to end on the day I'm on vacation.
Well, at least I'll be in Scottsdale.
I was going to say, that fucking sucks. That's like in a week.
Yeah.
And that's a Saturday, so that's a fun going out day.
Yeah, at least you're, going to have your birthday. Because your birthday was yesterday, so happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
How young are you?
Thank you. I'm 29 years young.
Always 29.
Yes.
Forever 29.
Yes.
I love that for you.
I'm excited.
You know what? On my 29th birthday, I cried.
Did you? Why?
Because that was my last
the
year
death
in the
of your 20s?
Yeah, I was so sad about it. But then on my 30th, I didn't cry and I was excited. And my 30s have been bomb.
Yeah, I'm stoked for my 30s, to be honest.
30s is great.
Yeah.
And finally, like, I met you when you were like mid-20s.
I
felt so old when I was
23 when you met me. Like when we
young.
first met.
I felt like you were so young, and now you're about 30. So I'm like, I love when my friends turn 30. I'm like,
you're not a baby anymore.
You made it. But also when you turn 30, there's just like a switch goes off.
I feel like
the switch. It's bomb.
I'm so excited.
Like your hustler, your careers, getting more stable, you're earning more money, you get to travel more, have more opportunities, and have more fun. It's freaking
Unless
fun.
you get fired. No. That happened in my 30th year, so.
I love that for you. I just don't want that for me.
Okay, so September 23rd. If it happens, what year is it going to happen in?
2023.
I think this year, 2023.
Why do you guys think that?
9, 23, 23.
There's so many freaking years ahead of us, and you guys both say this year.
I just hope it doesn't happen like hella early in the morning. I just don't like getting up,
Well, I feel like if an asteroid hit the Earth, it's only going to kill like a certain amount of people. Like, it's not going to kill everybody, I don't think.
As long as it doesn't kill my parents, because I still need them.
You need them as a babysitter?
Yeah,
I figured.
Yeah.
just call them care.com.
I could, but
care.com.
just like
care.com or sitters.
I'm scared of
I am
care.com.
I recommend
There's
it, but I've never used
on
it.
there.
They do like background checks?
That don't matter.
Yeah, because they could just have not got caught yet.
Yes, or they might just be having the thoughts I haven't done it yet.
Yes, exactly. That's what I think about. Yeah.
It's both. I think about that too, what you said.
Yeah.
So I never have hired anybody on care.com, but I sure have looked at it, and I just can't pull the trigger.
No.
And it's never going to happen. It's at the point where I'm like, nah.
I'm trying to do that with my dogs, but I'm scared.
Care.com care.com?
Not care.com, Rover, which is the same thing. Like you go online and
I did Rover with my dogs, and I had a good guy.
did he come to your house?
Yeah.
And he stayed there?
He came to the house, he got the dogs, and he took them on an hour walk and would bring them back.
No, they need to come to my house and sit with the dogs.
They would.
Oh,
They absolutely would.
that is so fucking cool.
You can also hire someone on TaskRabbit to do the same exact thing. Who's like, it says pets.
TaskRabbit. Ashley.
Yeah.
You should just get Ashley to
Exactly.
Ashley, watch my doggy.
Smash the Ashley, whoever the hell.
Hit me up.
Whichever
Please.
Ashley she's talking about, we know multiple. so.
Yes, we do.
Ashley, hit me up at BennettKnows. Watch my dogs. I don't know
need her to
where
watch your dogs.
Ashley, hit me up and let me know where to hit you up to
Unless
watch my
it's
dogs.
after September 23rd, and then nobody's probably
And then
gonna be
nobody
here, so.
needs to worry about their dogs being watched.
If you want to make some money before the world ends, hit me up.
So the conspiracy is something is going to happen on September 23rd of this year, whether that be an asteroid or something that the government produces unnaturally to make the weather change.
If you think that something's going to happen, message us on Instagram, and whoever is right gets a free bottle of champagne.
We'll take a poll on Instagram at ResilientAF3. Do you think the world is going to end on September 23rd? Next week, we're going to open with Amelia's drink.
Yes.
Yes.
And then
You guys didn't take a sip.
I didn't take another drink, but I'm going to drink the entire thing of Amelia's. I can guarantee you
Tastes
that.
like asshole.
That makes me feel great.
Oh, Bennett.
My favorite drink, though, is a Moscow Mule.
It's not you, it's the drink.
Then Bennett's going to tell his resilient story.
Yes.
Ooh la la. Cannot wait to hear it.
Yes.
He's a
I'm
resilient
so excited.
motherfucker.
I
I
love
am.
that.
From the womb.
I love
And then we're going to do a word of the week again. And then we're going to finish it with another conspiracy.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, well, have a good week, y'all. And
Stay resilient, bitches.
fuck bitches, make money.
Hey.
Yes.
Follow us on Instagram at ResilientAF3. You can follow me at ThatDreas.
You can follow me at Emelia Jackson 94.
And I'm at BennettKnows.
Hey.
Bye.